Welcome back, learners. So we had discussed in the session what is meant by a variable and what are the rules and regulations based on which you can create a variable. Also, we saw few functionalities which could be performed for retrieving the total variables which are available in your workspace, everything. So now let's see a guided practice session on how to use these variables and how it will be on your R console. Fine. So before we start with the rules and regulations for naming your variables, first let's start with assigning a variable with some value. Now suppose I say variable 1. Now I want to assign variable 1 with 2. Fine. So one way for assigning it is the usual programming practice stuff, which is equal to. So you can use this equal to operator to assign the value. Now let's print it and check out whether it has been assigned or not. Fine. So it is assigned. The other way is you can use this variable like this. Now I say variable 2 and I can use leftward arrow and give the value. Fine. So this is one way. The other way is this. You can use a leftward arrow. So you can see when you use a leftward arrow, your variable name should be towards your left side and the value should be towards your right side. Suppose I give it the other way. Suppose I say 3. I want my value to be towards the right side. Now I say 4. Then in that case you have to use a rightward arrow and the variable name should be towards your right. Okay. So now if suppose I want to print this and check out, now I see, you can see here 4. Suppose I do the other way. Fine. Suppose I say here variable sum 5, okay, and I say here rightward arrow like this and give the value 2, you will get error. See, it is saying invalid due set left hand side to assignment. Okay, fine. So on seeing the error, you should be able to understand that you have used a wrong arrow. Okay, it should have been leftward arrow, left hand side to assignment. Fine. Yes. So if you want this to happen, it should have been leftward. Similarly, for the rightward arrow, if suppose instead of this I use it something like this, yes, then again you will get error. Okay. So you have to be very careful. Always the arrow whichever you are facing for assignment should be towards the variable name. The value should be towards your tail. That you can have in mind. So this is how you can have your the rule of assignment in your mind. Always head should be facing towards the name of the variable. Tail should be towards the value of the variable. Okay. So now let's try creating few variable names for checking out the rules. We already know that you can have some numeric numbers in your variable. So we had already seen variable 1, 2. Yes. So can we start a variable name with a numeric value? So that is not allowed. We have seen that in your session. Now let's see what we are getting. See, you are getting the error as unexpected symbol in this. So which it means this variable name is invalid. Okay, fine. So what else is allowed in a variable? So I say underscore is allowed. Okay, fine. So variable underscore 1, this is allowed. So it has accepted. You have not got any error here. Similarly, your dot operator is also allowed. Fine. So that is also allowed. But your dot operator cannot. It can start also in the beginning. Now I say here dot variable 1 is equal to 23. That is also allowed. But your underscore operator is not allowed in your initial beginning of your variable name. So see, you have got an error. So these are the valid and invalid naming criteria for your variables. Based on this you can name your variables. Okay. So till now what kind of statement we have seen for printing it on the console? So just we had seen saying print of whatever variable you want there. Yes, This is how we were printing. Now let's move on to a function which will help you to give a still more formatted value. Suppose I want to say variable name is, and I want the variable to be displayed, or I want variable value to be displayed. Fine, now let me say variable value is, okay, variable underscore 1, and I want to give one escape sequence. So what is this? This we call it as escape sequence /n. So this says a next line. Fine, now let's see how it is printing. See, you have got here variable value is 10. So this is a still more formatted output to display on your console. Suppose I don't give this escape sequence. What happens? So this prompt, we are getting a prompt here, right? This will not come in the next line. Now you can see here it is variable name is 10 and the prompt comes here itself. So this is the usage of your escape sequence. See, in the previous one what happened? The prompt comes in the next line. Okay, so this is the difference between your cat and print statement, also the escape sequence. Fine. So now I have created so many variables in my workspace. Suppose I want to get to know what are the variables I have created and what are the variables which are active in my workspace. So what you can do, you have one function which is called as print of ls, which is list all the variables. Fine. So now you have got, see here, these many variables are created and are still active in your workspace. That is what is the meaning. Okay. Now see, we had recently created one variable, dot variable 1. See, you can't find it here. Why it is not displaying? The reason is this print ls statement, this print ls statements will hide all the variables which start with a dot operator. Suppose you want that also to be displayed. In that case, what you can do? I can say ls of all dot name equal to true. And if I do this, that variable will also be listed. See here, you have dot cars there. Yes, all these are displayed. So in the previous one you didn't have. See, it started only with C. You can find the output. See, it started with only C. Now you see you have dot cars, you have dot variable. Fine. So you can find the difference now. So this is how you can list and check out all the variables which are active in your workspace. Suppose you want to check out the variables which are having a particular pattern. So I have one methodology for this, one attribute for this ls function. I say pattern is equal to, suppose I want only the pattern named with var, that is variable var, then I can say like this. So if I say print ls of pattern is equal to var, then obviously see you get the name of the variables which are active in the workspace with only this pattern var. See, all these employee, new, d, column names, everything is omitted. Fine. So this is how you can work with variables. Fine. Yes. So if you still have any doubts in this session, you can very well contact me with your queries. I'll be happy to respond to you. Thank you.